It's time.
All right, here we go.
Cocktail show.
Get ready to have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Oh, I like that.
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
Wow.
I've allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Cocktail show.
Garry.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Garry. But wait, there's more.
I'm the guy.
Finger guns.
Garry Meier.
3, 2, 1, 0.
And now, the Garry Meier Show. Cocktail Hour, live. Live.
Cocktails. Ooh, drinks.
We're streaming live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central.
On the Friday before a bunch of holidays, it's December 20th, 2024, exclusively on the GarrForce Live YouTube channel. And of course, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa. Indeed, whether you're celebrating the season like the Merry Menagerie at Disney's Animal Kingdom, or like drummers celebrating the new Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Village, or Christmas, or Hanukkah, or Boxing Day, or Kwanzaa, or Festivus, or the Winter Solstice, or any combination of those, welcome aboard the GarrForce Live, where the only way to stream along is
The GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
YouTube. Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
All of the past editions of the Cocktail Hour can be replayed on the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
please like and share the show on all the social media channels.
Comments during the live show, wherever we are streaming, can be seen in our virtual studio
And we may show them on the screen.
and or talk about them.
That's good. Disappeared.
Thank you for your attention.
Now, fasten your seatbelts. It's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Live!
Live. Here we go. On America's podcast. Boom. Shakalaka. Hee-haw. All right, here we go. We got a lot to do. And I took my Festivus poll out yesterday and got a nice reaction, better than Justin Timberlake got for his poll. Here we are, kicking the tires, lighting the fires, light them up, Alan. And that other thing has to happen. At least we do this on the Friday shows in December, as opposed to taking the condom off. This woman, Leslie, is going to pee-pee Santa in her wine glass.
I am not rocking this hat. It's going bye-bye here. But
Wait a minute.
Pee-pee Santa, now I'm rocking Pee-pee Santa. That's
Yes,
a
you
whole
are.
nother thing.
Fill her
here
up.
we go, kids.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Keep it coming, Santa. Come on. Okay.
Santa, there it is. All right. Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
All right. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Happy Hanukkah. What is it? Kwasi Kwanzaa, Tip Top
It's
10,
everything.
and a
This is it.
solemn and dignified Ramadan there.
This is the whole shebang coming at us in the next coming week. So let's enjoy. And we are going to, you heard the lineup. Todd Pickering is the Puerto Rican doorbell. When he says live, we're live. And then Alan gave you the rundown. We've got a couple of our favorite people on the show, the same show, Jenna and Dieter. Are you kidding me? And then in the second half hour, my conversation with Pascal from the Golden Bachelorette. Leslie, do you want to say hello to some people that have checked in?
Oh, I should say Merry Christmas to one and all from Johnny from Michigan. He's been celebrating his birthday, so we can wish him a happy birthday as well.
December birthday. Love it.
Yep. A lot of December birthdays, you included, and it turns out our little Jenna. Will we have a moment with Ryan? Because some
Yes,
sad
we
news
will.
from the corporate family. And
All
that
right.
is-
Don't make it too sad, because now we're going, oh no, what happened? It's sad, but it's not people sad.
it's the passing of Meatball, his toad. So, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in the big scheme of things, yes, we're sad for the passing of Meatball. He's a toad. So.
Right. But everybody in the immediate family is still good.
Yeah,
right.
everybody's cool.
Is the door right? Keely-Ann is
Yes.
first, right? Is she up? Is she good? I think she is. Here's hoping that Santa slides down everyone's chimney. Gary, you might want to remove the horseshoe. Merry Christmas from
Oh, it's
K.A.
been a
and
year.
Doogie Schnauzer. I put a horseshoe in my keister at the beginning of this year because I thought that's going to be good luck.
Good luck.
And I might have to change my horseshoe.
How did that work when you were going through TSA check? Was that
They caught it. Hey, beep boop. I was at the airport over the weekend, and beep boop. And I said,
and you just
"Well,
found the horseshoe?
anything in your pockets? No. Anything else? Anything metal on you? No." And then they did their strip search, and they found it. All right, here we go. Who else? Charles from WRLR, Gurnee, Illinois. Take your schnauzer to Christmas dinner tonight. Sounds good to me. And Leslie suggested you flock your schnauzer if you can. Flock the hell out of that schnauzer. Martin,
There's
British.
just not enough flocking going on.
No, it needs to be done this time of year.
In the past, it would be the moms, and so all that mother flocking just has gone by the wayside.
We want to get back. Flocking was big when I was a kid, and you're right. We need to get back to the flocking.
Although they
British
have
Columbia.
tried to bring back the tinfoil trees, those metal trees.
Those
with
tinsel
the
trees,
circular
yeah.
light.
The aluminum trees with the light wheel. I love those. Ted,
Classic.
I see Ted. Martin, we got British Columbia. He's always here. Brian from Oh Yes, the house band. Yeah, Elfin good tonight. Mike, dreaming of a white schnauzer. Okay, that matters. Wayne, my good friend Wayne. Ho, 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 let's go. And coming from Wayne, that means a lot. Robert, Merry Christmas, Gary. As kids, loving the snow. I can write my full name in the snow without wasting a drop. Good.
That's very good. That's
Dale, Wheatfield, Indiana. Lloydster, here. Good, Lloydster. Always good to see you. Samantha, checking in. She's got her mocktail of orange juice and cranberry juice. That's good for the insides. Bill, Glendale, AZ. Balmy 81. I think I saw Santa in a thong here today. Down to 81. They have
snow for Christmas only if Dieter shows up.
Yeah, Dieter can make snow in the desert or anywhere else. Cindy, good to see you. She's reacting to Santa in a thong, I believe. Samantha, decorate your schnauzer. Yeah, put tinsel on it. Whatever you got to do.
Sure.
Make it look nice. Hey, Northwest Indiana. How's the bread machine? Glad you asked. I am cranking that thing tomorrow. I like to do it on the weekends, usually watching some football. And I started at the start of a football game. And then by the end of the football game, I got that aroma of the bread. Oh,
nice.
Yes, I got a bunch of bread mixes for my birthday. So I'm back in business. Deb, Des Plaines. And that's where I used to work. Des Plaines. I worked in Des Plaines for 3 years at a radio station there. Hello, Tracy. Oh, Tracy. We love Tracy from Racine, Wisconsin. Happy holidays to one and all. And Mac, happy Yuletide, GarrForce, Queen Creek, AZ. She got his prize package from Leslie, and that always includes a personal note, which everybody likes because nobody's doing that anymore. Nobody.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got a great giveaway for you this week. Oh, and we've got a newbie who's joined us today. Who's this? Clarence? He's newish. What's with the screen door and the schnauzers? We love them both. And someday we will tell you the origin story of the schnauzer. But let's just consider it our mascot and a double entendre.
Yeah, Leslie, if you want to do that on Monday's show, we'll play with it because we got a lot to get to here. And,
oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. Are you ready for Jenna? I think you are.
We're always ready for Jenna.
Happy belated birthday. Jenna's birthday was on the 11th, and I hope it was a good one for you, Jenna.
Hi, guys. Yes, it was a great birthday. We had Tofano's, and all I wanted was chicken piccata with angel hair pasta and chocolate pudding cake, and I was so happy.
Tofano's is a restaurant in Chicago.
Yeah. It's just like classic, like I always say, you can trust a restaurant when the menu is on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you can trust that kitchen. You can trust that place. Like, not that they don't care about decor, but they care more about like what they're giving you and what's going to be on the table and the quality of the food. And that's how I feel every time I go to Tofano's.
Oh, all right. Where is that in conjunction with your family's bar? Is it nearby?
Ish. Yeah. It's about like 5-10 minutes. It's the Taylor Street area. So Vernon Park Avenue, I think is what it's called. It's Tufano's Vernon Park Tap. So if you're kind of heading over to like UIC Taylor Street area, it's like at the back end of a cul-de-sac, which again, it's just summertime. It's great. Because they have like outdoor dining and they have this like big fountain right next to it. And it's so reasonably cost too. Like, you know, that's the other thing. Like, I don't want to go out and spend like $200 on like a meal. And like, I'm going there and I'm getting a lot of stuff. And with tip, it's like $60 for like a party of 6. It's like insane.
Wow.
Like it's so, it's like so reasonably cost. And the service is great. The people are great. Like just 10 out of 10.
Okay. Wait till you hear what Ryan paid for his son Hank's birthday cake for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw up.
And I'm glad you're very descriptive of those streets and everything, because when I asked Pascal where that house is on the Golden Bachelorette and all the Bachelor shows that they put them in, he had no idea. They took him in the middle of the night and he has no idea where this house is. Okay. We'll
There
get
was
to
no
that.
blindfold involved.
Yeah. I mean, it's really weird.
It's like race for me. It's like if Racine and Taylor Street is kind of like the main cross, and then it's just like not even half a mile north of Taylor Street.
Okay. Many years ago, I went to pharmacy school in that area. And when
I'm sorry, you went to pharmacy school?
I'm not, I'm not sorry to say I did. I wasn't really the pharmacy type, pharmacist type. And I did it
didn't like the white jacket.
Well, they didn't like, I didn't have the necessary smarts. Let's put it that way. I would never get in if I applied today. But anyway, I went to a pharmacy school that was in that area, and that was a war zone back then. And now it's a highline area.
No, now it's so different. It's crazy. And
yeah,
it has a little bit of the old school, like Taylor Street vibes, which I like, but there's still a mix of you have a lot of the UIC students, and it's so close to the West Loop and West Town. So it's kind of become like a melting pot in a lot of ways.
Well, let's hear that holiday drink that we look forward to every year. What do you got for us?
So we're basically making a pomegranate Moscow Mule, but we're going to make it sparkling by adding some bubbles because champagne and the holidays go together. And I think we always need an extra reason to booze up our drink, especially when we're going to be around some in-laws. So I didn't say it. I mean, I thought it, but I'm just saying what we're all thinking. So first thing is you can obviously like batch this out in like a big container if you want. And what you'll do is based off of the ingredients, you'll just times it by however many people you have. But because it's just us, I'm going to make it singular for now. So grab your beautiful glass. And as always, you guys should know this about me by now, but we always go non-alcohol to alcohol because if we mess it up, we're not wasting any of the good stuff. So first thing, we're going to take some pomegranate juice and we're just going to do 1/2 ounce. This is going to give it that like
expensive though, right there.
Yeah, I think this guy was like $3. I'm not even going to lie. Like,
I thought they were more. Okay.
No, the bigger ones are like pretty aggressive, but not today. And then we're going to take some lime juice. Obviously, fresh is always best, but do what you got to do. And we're going to do 1/2 ounce. So we're just going to do 1/2 of the lime and put her on it. All right. Next, vodka. Leslie, who were you talking about before in the pre-show?
My banker. She's from Poland. She wants a dusting of smoke.
She wants a dusting. Well, we are not doing a dusting of vodka. We're going to do a little bit more. I started to sound like Groot. Okay. 1/2 ounce of vodka. Pour on
your banker wants a dusting for Christmas. Is that what you're talking about?
Wants a dusting of snow.
Just a dusting and then go away.
There's the dusting and then the juice. Then we're going to take our ice, put our ice in. Okay. Take some ginger beer. Any ginger beer works. There's 100 different variations. Just take what you got. We're going to fill this up about halfway. Do be careful though, because ginger beer does tend to fizz a lot, so don't like overdo it. Always less is more. I can't remember the last time I opened up a bottle of champagne on the show.
I never thought you did.
Yeah.
But there's an art. Once again, we don't just drink here. We learn stuff.
We learn.
Yeah.
So now
I learned long ago how to take a cork out of a champagne bottle.
Is that after you put your eye out?
You hold the cork and turn the bottle.
Correct. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do this because there's going to be champagne. And while I know it looks nice to do the giant pop and then it comes shooting out, you're wasting it. And that's actually not how you want to do it. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. And I actually think it's a nice little sexy trick to have up your sleeve. So this top is the cage. You're going to put your thumb on it. And then there is this little twisty thing. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. All right, you're going to twist it 6 times. All right, twist, twist, twist. And then you're going to put your middle finger and your ring finger in between it. And you're going to twist from the base. Okay, twist from the base. Just it. And all you're going to hear is a hiss. That's it. So it's coming. It's coming. There we go.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
That's it. Just a hiss. Okay.
See, I didn't know you should leave the cage on, so I did learn something there.
Always leave the cage on, just because you're going to have better control when it comes out, because sometimes when you take the cage off, you don't really have control with the cork. All right. And we're just going to fill her up.
Wow. That's got a lot
Look
of
at
stuff in
that.
it.
Oh yeah. Woohoo!
All right, hold that up, because your name is over the drink, and I want to see that
no.
drink when you're ready.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to put it here. I got to add a little bit of little pomegranate seeds. This is where we get to have fun. Add as many. This is where I will say, buy the pre-cut pomegranates. I don't feel like getting my hands dyed. That's a lot of work for like not a lot of reward. Just pay the like whatever it costs, guys. It's not worth it. I'm sorry. It's just not. Okay. There we go. A little pomegranate seed. You can get a little sprig of
that
rosemary.
makes it healthy. Oh.
Right. And then we get some rosemary. And I didn't have time to sugar them. You can. It's kind of a process, but I kind of don't think it's necessary, if I'm being honest. But again, if you want to, you can. And then you just put her in. And then look at that. You have like the most beautiful Christmas drink. And
Merry
it's so nice.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh my God. It's so nice.
Is there a special name to that, Jenna, or just sparkling pomegranate Moscow Mule?
I just call it a sparkling pomegranate Moscow Mule because, again, I think a lot of people know what a Moscow Mule is. And I always think that like a Moscow Mule is a great like introduction into like learning about cocktails because it's very easy and it's like very approachable. But this way it gets to be a little bit more fun. And yes, Leslie.
Excuse me, why the funny cup? Does that change the flavor? Is there, or is it?
I honestly don't know.
The copper industry's got some kind of in there.
They must have some kind of in, and I'm pretty sure like the next time I'm on the show, I'll like look into the history of it to figure it out because that's actually a fun trivia fact that I don't know about. But I did hear something years ago that said like it's not actually healthy for you to drink out of a copper tin mug. So like I don't think that so like I don't have them in my back bar like on display. I don't have them. But they're
in the same way I got rid of my lead wine set because it just seemed like a bad idea. No.
Yeah, we should probably get rid of that. We don't want that for you, Leslie.
All right. Well, Jenna, we always appreciate your participation, and we'll start the year off with you in a few weeks. I mean, the way things are going, every day seems like about 2 hours now.
I said to I went and got my holiday nails done today, and as I was talking to all the ladies in the salon, I was like, I feel like I've had something to do every day. And every person I've talked to has I feel like I've had something to do every day. So I don't know about you, as much as I'm so looking forward to Christmas and all of the days to come, I'm somehow more looking forward to January 2nd, where I can just sleep for 12 hours.
And we are celebrating this weekend the lengthening of daylight. So that's another thing on our list. Yeah. Yeah, that's good too.
Oh, yeah.
Jenna's family bar is Shinnick's Pub in Chicago. If you're in that area, south side of Chicago, check it out. And thank you, Jenna, for all of your participation on this show.
Thank you guys for always having me. I love it.
All right. And we're moving right along to Dieter Sturm, Academy Award winner. He has made snow for movies you've probably seen. I know Fargo is one of them, one of my favorite movies. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Dieter, you did that too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You want to name a couple other big ones that you've done?
The Horse Whisperer, Robert Redford. We worked a little bit on Man of Steel, Superman, True Lies. That's an old classic with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's over 100 of them. So
yeah, and that's what you do. You make snow for movies, TV shows, commercials, and we're going to get into this. You are doing some other things on your resume that are going to be probably pretty much fun for you to do on an ongoing basis, making vignettes of things.
Yeah, it's amazing all the things that we're coming up with right now. We've been doing live action special effects for it's going on 40 years now, and so we're creating all the live action effects in front of the camera, which is the rain and the snow and the fog and the fire and explosions and bullets and mechanical devices and electronics and chemical, and we're working with the stunt people, and there's always something to do, that's for sure. But now we're gonna kind of venture out a little bit into a few new areas, and we're gonna try to produce we're trying to sell actually a new TV series right now called Pontoon Pirates, and we're working on trying to learn some of this AI stuff a little bit. It's like you can't beat them, join them. And I think it's going to be a good tool to work with the live action combined together. So, yeah, lots of cool things happening.
All right, before we get to your Pontoon Pirates piece, we're going to show that. I want to see the raccoons. This is the back deck of Dieter's home. Let's roll that video, Alan. I can't believe that you feed these animals, and now you've got dozens of raccoons hanging out at your house, right?
Right. And we're trying to name them all, but it's a little difficult because they all kind of look the same.
Oh, no, you don't want to say that, do you? Okay. Alan, do we have that video?
Yeah, you'll be muted while it's running because it's got audio.
Okay.
Raccoons at the doorstep, they always come around. We call them the crunchers, hear that rustling sound. Stealing my bread, but they leave me there to charm the splendid-eyed devils to me go home. The crunchers, they got a feast, at night they dine, they don't exist. So the crunchers, we won't let go.
Okay, how did this start? You had a raccoon show up one day. You thought, I'll give the raccoon some food.
Well, it's kind of a mix. My wife and I, we both enjoy all the animals that are out here in the countryside of beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. We have turkeys, we have fox, we have deer, we have possums, we have you name squirrels, birds, and then all of a sudden now the raccoon guys started showing up.
Okay, and now you're still doing this. You're still feeding them.
Yeah, they come around. It's they don't call ahead of time. They just decide to show up when they show up. So sometimes you're walking through the kitchen and then all of a sudden there's like 3 or 4 heads up in the window, like, hey. And then they kind of go back and do this little dance like this, and we're suckers for it. So it's like, all right, food time. It's
Dieter, aren't they rabid?
No, these guys are all fun guys.
They're not rabid. They're all fun guys. They're the fun raccoons. They're not the rabid ones. Okay. All right. You want to talk about this Pontoon Pirates thing you're putting together? And Alan, we can show this, right?
Yeah, we've got the clip. Again,
all right.
You'll be muted over it.
Yeah, let's roll this. Let's talk about this.
Woo.
We sail the lakes, we ride the waves in ships that drift and barely float. For treasure, gold, and moonlit nights. We plot the course, we write our fates, and when we strike, we take it all. We call ourselves the Pontoon Pirates.
Prepare to embark on a journey across America's most beloved lakes, coastlines, and rivers. From the sun-soaked shores of Lake Tahoe to the historic waters of Key West, teams will face the ultimate test, transforming pontoons into formidable pirate ships right before your eyes. They'll battle not just each other, but also the unpredictable elements that these iconic waters throw their way. It's a race against time and tide, as each crew vies to claim the title of the ultimate pontoon pirate.
We call ourselves the Pontoon Pirates.
Join the adventure on Pontoon Pirates, coming this fall.
Okay, what's going on here? Tell me about this.
Well, it started out probably like 20, 25 years ago. We took our pontoon boat here in Lake Geneva and decided to kind of deck it out like a pirate ship. And then everybody dressed up and wanted to, get into it. We had a plank, we had cannons, we had mast and sails and skeletons and everything. And we'd go around Lake Geneva, from pier to pier and all over the place. And we had just so much fun. And everybody that came around us was just having a blast with it too. So all of a sudden this last year, it's like, we need to come up with some fun things again to do in our life here and such. And then all of a sudden the Pontoon Pirate thing kind of came up. And I found another pontoon boat that was transformed into a pirate ship over in Michigan. So through Facebook. So I bought it from the guy, went over to Michigan, brought it back, and now we're decking it out for this coming spring and summer here in Lake Geneva. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, why can't we do like a TV series on this? So we started building up ideas and concepts and came up with this whole reality competition show of taking, stock pontoon boats, turning them into pirate ships, having crews and teams, working against each other, competing and building these vessels. And then we have the ultimate kind of race from right now. The first show would be probably like St. Augustine down to Key West and ending up actually during Pirates Week in December. And then there's all sorts of challenges and skills and, racing. And there's a lot of interaction, not only against team, but then of course you've got all the interaction of the members on each individual, pirate ship too. So it could be pretty interesting.
I'd love to see this. And I think Red Bull would be a great sponsor for this show. Yeah,
absolutely.
I love the whole concept. You're great, Dieter. I love your mind. That's so cool.
And no snow involved with this one.
No snow involved, just pirates.
Yeah.
All right, Dieter, have a Merry Christmas. Always good to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and good seeing you. Happy holidays, and Merry Christmas to you and Leslie and Alan and Jenna and Ryan and everybody.
You want to show off your beer snow as well?
Yeah.
Beer snow?
Yeah. We found a way to make snow out of beer. Lining kugels.
Let's run it.
Okay. Dieter, I want you to be president of this country. I think you'd be a lot of fun. Really, in charge of the whole country, Pontoon Pirates, beer snow. What more do you need?
Your show.
And I'll be your vice president. All right. Dieter, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Hey, thanks a lot, and good seeing everybody, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a very, very happy and healthy New Year.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. All right, Leslie.
I would totally be out there with my tongue out trying to catch that snow.
I know that, right? Beer snow. All right. So, are you ready? We're gonna preview what you're giving away right now.
But yeah, let's definitely preview the giveaway. So, as always, our friends from Oh Yes are a huge part of the show. We've got guitar picks and bracelets. Oh Yes has now morphed into another band, and so this week I'm giving away a Bon Journeyed t-shirt because we've still got a few of those to give away. And so thanks to Brian Sheridan and the gang and Matt and everybody. Tracy from Wisconsin, she is our Slinky Mama She gave us Slinkies to give away, Bendables, and of course, ball lickers.
Nice.
But she's added gliders to the package. So styrofoam, or I guess they're styrofoam gliders. They don't use balsa wood anymore. We've got some cool disco cubes to put in your drink and make them flash. Don't put these in boiling water. You can put them in any cool or cold drink. Do not put them into anything super hot. From Scott's Vintage Antiques and Collectibles, I've got some Dick Tracy trading cards. Or did that come from?
You have so many
anyway,
people giving you stuff.
Oh, golly. We have such generous donors, including, well, Scott, of course, gives us our fortune-telling fish. Those are always a fan favorite. Our own Ellen Delinka has provided us with GarrForce magnets. And finally, the prize that started it all, your very own wine condom. Right there.
There it is.
Drink
All right.
safely.
The word that pays tonight is #golden, because that would honor PP Santa and my next guest, Pascal. Before we go to Alan.
Hang on, PP.
Yeah, is he ready to do you a refill?
He can top me off a little bit.
Top it, Santa. Do it.
Thank
Do
you.
it. Oh,
Thank you,
hey
Santa.
now.
Thank you.
Hey, let's bring Ryan on before we go to the Pascal interview, because Ryan is doing his son Hank's 9th birthday party tomorrow. How much did you pay for Hank's cake? You're muted, Ryan.
He can't even bear to say it.
Yeah, he doesn't even want $90. Last year, the same cake was, you said, $60.
Yes. So
$90 cake for a kid's party.
Yes.
It's got like a Krugerrand hidden inside or something.
He plays a VR game called Gorilla Tag, and it's decorated with bananas and palm trees and the gorillas at the top. So it's quite the cake.
Same cake a year ago, $60.
Correct. But that was capybaras, so this one may have a little more elements to it with the bananas and the stuff in fondant. So maybe the price went up a little bit. But
okay. So. All right. And then you're having a party at a bowling alley, so that's going to be some geish.
We are, and as Leslie mentioned, Meatball died. Henry had found a toad out in the yard and had it inside in a cage, and there's Meatball with an acorn on his head, a little acorn cap. So,
and he passed away over the last few days.
Yes. So we're going to introduce a hamster on Saturday. Hank wants a hamster for his birthday, so we'll probably
he's getting the hamster after all.
Yeah, and cheese ball.
And what did you learn? To put a cover on his container because one of your friends had the hamster go into the heat ducts and die in there. So.
Yes. Smelled it all winter. So
wait a minute. Let me follow this. You got meatball and now cheese ball.
That's what he's going to call the hamster, cheese ball, I think.
And what is the life expectancy of a toad? I don't know these things.
I don't know. And as I said, he did fine for about, as I said, we had him 4 or 5 months. So I don't know how old he was. I don't know how the life expectancy, but
they can live up to 40 years, depending on
or 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months
in captivity. But yeah, I'm sure Meatball was an elderly toad to begin with.
That's what Henry said. He was old, and I said okay. So they buried him out in the front yard, and we're gonna move on.
Okay, and to cheese ball we go.
Cheese ball, there we go.
Merry Christmas, Ryan.
Merry
Thanks
Christmas.
for all of your help this year.
You're welcome. Have a good rest of the weekend and get ready for Santa. And I'm hoping for no underwear or t-shirts. That's my Christmas wish.
Because that's what you got for your birthday.
You're going commando.
Yes. And last Christmas too. So
and he lost his earbuds, so he's hoping to get those.
Did. So I'm hoping maybe I can get some earbuds rather than t-shirts. So
okay.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, Ryan. Alan, should we play the sponsors now or after the Pascal?
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now, starting with Bettenhausen Automotive.
The best sales and service experience now at Bettenhausen on 159th Street in Tinley Park. Bettenhausen has a new look, but the same automotive DNA lives on. Get Bettenhausen's no-hassle, no-haggle buying experience. Whether you're looking for a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or reliable certified used, Bettenhausen has the vehicle for you with over 900 to choose from. Plus, our state-of-the-art service department is here to keep your vehicle at top performance. Showroom and service scheduling never closes at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
Are we talking Tree Time or David Hochberg?
Everything Christmas, treetime.com.
You might have your tree, but gift ideas, last minute, boom.
I saw somebody driving around today with a tree on the roof of their car,
Yeah.
and
Some
I
people
couldn't
are-
help but think you should have
Yeah.
gone to Tree Time.
Well, some people are purists. They wait till Christmas Eve. Have you heard of those people?
And those are the ones who then put it out on the
Curb
on the
on
curb
Christmas
on-
night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Hey, not artificial trees. You can keep them. David Hochberg will save you money on mortgages and things. Those are the numbers. Free consultation. This guy's amazing. All right. David Hochberg and his team. 43 states they're licensed in. All right. Let us now go to my conversation with Pascal from the Golden Bachelorette. Hey, look who's here. Pascal from the recently completed Golden Bachelorette. Pascal and I go way back. Pascal used to cut my hair, and let's bring him on and start the conversation. Pascal, I haven't seen you in a while because this is a clip-on now, and I just snap it on and take it off at night. Welcome to my program, brother.
Thank you, Garry. It's a pleasure seeing you. It's been a long time.
It has been, but I'll tell you what, my wife one day came up to me and said, guess who's going to be on the Golden Bachelorette? Who? Pascal. Pascal, my Pascal? And there you were. And I have to ask a bunch of stuff because I found it, I don't watch the show as much as maybe some people do, but I had to watch every episode of this one because I wanted to see how my man Pascal was going to do. I was told that your kids signed you up for the show. Is that true? Did you have any knowledge of it before they did that?
No, we were actually, that was last year in January, we were in Puerto Vallarta, as we all go every year with all my children. And then my two daughters, my older one and my younger one, were asking me questions, Dad, what kind of food do you like? Dad, where do you like to do this? Dad, and they've been asking me questions, and I felt, they don't live with me, so maybe that's why they were asking me questions. And so I had no idea what they were doing. And then we came back from vacation, and about 3 weeks later, my older daughter who lives in Canada, in Calgary, said, Dad, I hope you're not going to be mad. And I said, what did you do? With my older daughter, is always, what did you do? She says, I signed you up for the Golden Bachelorette. I said, what is that? She said, have you watched the show, The Golden Bachelor? I said, no, I saw billboard around, but I really never paid attention. Usually that's not the kind of a show I watch. But I said, I don't know. She said, Dad, before you said no, why don't you go and watch some episodes, and then you tell me if it's something you want to pursue. So I said, okay. So I came up to the salon, and I talked to my assistant, and I said to her, I said, what do you think? Do you think I should do it? She said, oh my God, you'd be perfect. Actually, few people from the salon sign you up. They think you'd be the great representation of the show, blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay. So I went home, I watched 3 episodes, and after watching 3 episodes, I got the concept. Garry had 25 women to choose with. He went on private dates, and so on and so forth. So I said to my daughter, I said, okay, great. I'm interested, but I'm a little picky, so I want to make sure to know who is the Golden Bachelorette. And then, then I will make my final decision, because I didn't want to go into the show and pretend that I'm going to fall in love with someone who I'm not visually attracted to, okay? And I didn't know, so the production was asking me, the casting agent was saying, so are you going to sign up? Are you going to sign up? Are you going to sign up? I said, look, I'm not going to sign up until I know who's going to be the Golden Bachelorette. They said, we can't tell you that. I said, so if you can't tell me, I'm not going to do it until I know who it is, because again, I don't want to go into the show and pretend to try to court a woman I'm not interested. So finally they called me and they said me that was John. And when I knew that was John, I said, I'm 100%. Let's make it happen. That's how the whole process started.
Okay, so at that point, they tell you, show up in Los Angeles. We're going to fly you out to Los Angeles and put you in this house with all these other guys. What are the mechanics of how this show operates?
So how you operate is very interesting. So first of all, they fly you to Los Angeles, okay? They put you into a hotel for 4 days. And during those 4 days, they prep you. They take a picture. They do the info commercial. They get to know you a little bit about who you are as a person. They take a picture, which you could see the one with the sweater against the wall that was done during that time. You didn't see anybody. And actually, I felt a little bit anxiety because I was locked into a hotel room, not of my choice. But it was and you meet the producer, you meet the director, you couple of people come up and talk to you during those days. But basically those 4 days were a prepping day to be able to get you ready to go into the Bachelorette and then get the promotion package ready to go into the media and the social medias and the commercial. So that was the first 4 days. Then after that, then you meet the guys. You don't meet the guys actually. You go and you are by group of 5 people who go into the limo. And I had a chance to be with Jordan, which I knew from Chicago, Garry, which I didn't know, Dana, which I didn't know, and Jack, which I didn't know. And we start communicating a bit because we were so excited to be able to talk to other people than the agent and the producer. And then we drove to the limo, and that's how we started.
And you're a divorced man. How long have you been divorced, Pascal?
Oh, I've been divorced for about since 2008.
And have you had serious, I think you indicated in the show, you had some serious relationships along the way that fell apart and really kind of emotionally were tough for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I went to few relationships in between. It seemed like there is always the problem I'm encountering in my relationship is alcohol. Okay, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Try to live a very healthy life, and it seemed like alcohol has always been the problem in my relationship, where my partner are a little drinking too much, and there is the happy drunk, the mean drunk, and the quiet drunk, and it seemed like the choice of women I choose in the beginning, they're all fine and dandy, and then after that, when they start feeling a bit more comfortable into the relationship, the alcohol start coming up in question, and the anger and the raising the voice and the argument and all that stuff this is what really put me away from my last relationship.
Okay. Now you're all in this house, and is this in Malibu? Where is this in Los Angeles, or is that a secret?
I have no idea. They took us from the hotel.
But they blindfold you and then take you to the house?
Basically, I was from the hotel to the limo in the middle of the night. And then we get into that house, which I had no clue where it was. And we get out of the limo. We introduce ourselves to John. We make our little speech. We try to make our first impression. John looks absolutely beautiful that night. And then I walk into the house, and then the guy keep coming and coming and coming, and you look at all those people and you say, okay, where do I belong? Which one's going to be my peer? Which is the people I'm going to engage in? And again, you don't know how many people is going to leave on the first night, the second night. I was really, and I didn't want to study the show. I wanted to go with the flow and enjoy the experience versus knowing what's going to happen. I knew that there was an elimination process as time goes on, but I didn't know how many were going to be eliminated. So you go into the mansion and you meet people from all over the country, from California, from New York, from Florida, from Nevada, from Kansas City, and then you start communicating with them and try to find out who you connect with, because sometimes there is a certain energy people project. And I felt comfortable with a couple of people over there. And then so the first night we had the rose ceremony. And then I think from 24 guys, 6 of them left. And so we little closer tight. And so that's how the process goes. Every time there is a rose ceremony, the 3, 4, 5 guys goes.
Right. And once you're in that house, Pascal, how long is the taping of this show? You have to stay there for how many weeks?
You know, depends again. If you like lucky like I was, I stayed there during the whole taping because I was one of the 3rd finalists. But if you are eliminated on the first night, you don't even stay in the house. We went from 24 to 18 on the first night. Those guys never really stay in the house, so they were gone that night. And then after that, there is a week process, and I believe went from 18 to 14. So in the first week, 4 goes. In the first week, 6 go. In the second week, I think 4 goes, and then from 14 we went to 11. From 11 we went to 7. From 7 we went to 4. 4 to 3. So every week there is an elimination process who goes on. So I stayed in the house for about 4 weeks before we were able to get out of the house and do the hometown and so on and so forth.
Right. The show, if you haven't seen it, had Pascal, as he mentioned, as the top 3 guy. And then Pascal decided he wasn't really interested enough to go on and pulled himself out of the competition. I don't know if that's ever happened where a contestant has left because they weren't feeling it. They would leave if there was some family issue that they had to attend to. But that got pretty interesting. And when did you feel this? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to sync up with her entirely. I saw what was it in Tahiti where
Yes.
you went through that ritual, and that's where you really kind of felt I'm not right for this woman.
You know, to be honest with you, Garry, I think the biggest issue is I don't think she was ready for a relationship. Okay, John, her ex, dead husband, beloved husband, was there all the time with her, in her mind, in her heart, in her soul, in her conversation. So, every time there was a real issue, she was always bringing John and John and John. And I felt like I don't think she was ready for that relationship. And so when we went to Tahiti, we went to Vegas. We had a one-on-one date where we had a fantastic time. I was bombarding her with questions. I wanted to know who she was again because I didn't study her like some of them did. Okay, I wanted to know everything about her: how many kids she's got, how many grandchildren she got, where she lived, what her husband was doing, the kids were working with her husband, and so on and so forth. So I knew pretty much about her, but she didn't know much about me. And which I found that interesting. I don't think the show knows much about me. They know then, I had a little tough childhood, but they don't know anything about my divorce. They don't know anything about, I went onto the show with a positive attitude, enjoyed the moment at the time. So when we were in Tahiti, she took me to a ceremony ritual, which I felt very uncomfortable with it. I just felt like, it's not the day I wanted to spend with her. I would have preferred taking the scuba diving with the shark or UV to the mountain and just relax and really get to know each other and having fun with each other. And didn't happen like that. So the ceremony really put me into a very uncomfortable situation because, being French and being, the Polynesian island are French colonized. So basically I went to what they call a wedding. Okay, that's how they get married in the island, and I felt very uncomfortable. I just felt like it's too fast, too quick. I wasn't there. I wasn't ready for that. And that's basically what really got me into the feeling of, I got to do something about that.
How much of this show is put together by the producer and handed to you, and how much of it is ad-libbed?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I went with the flow. I was on a one-on-one date. I was on a couple group date. I don't know how influenceable the show is to how you call tell her who to pick up, which day to go with. I think that's pretty much a choice, I believe. You know, I mean, I think, you know, I think that's funny that she took me to Las Vegas on a private jet and then stay at the Hotel Paris and have dinner with the background of the Eiffel Tower, which is, you know, that's something where I could relate to because, you know, I mean, I've been on a lot of private jet and the being French team with the Eiffel Tower behind. So I don't know if he was the producer. I don't know if he was her. I have no idea, but it seemed like I would believe that's most likely her who choose who she wants to go with, you know.
Let me put it this way. When you saw the show after it was put together, did it resemble pretty much what you were going through in those 4 weeks?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think they've done a good job with it. I think they really done a good job to cut and put pieces together. And you know, I would have to say yes. I think you know, I'm happy the way they project me. Okay, I mean, you know, I had the reputation to be a little bit the high end kind of high maintenance kind of guy, but this is what I am. You know, I mean, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do laundry. You know, my lifestyle is going out for dinner every night, and I have a housekeeper who's taking care of my home, and I travel a lot, and you know, I mean, you know, so I think to me, they portray me as a little bit of the kind of high-end kind of guy, and I had the chance to, during the one-on-one date with John, to tell her a little bit, this is not the way I was raised, and the Paris she knows is not the Paris I grew up in. I wanted to make sure she understands that I don't come up from a golden spoon. You know, I work very hard, and you know me, you've been in my salon and you see the hours of time I put. So to be where I am today, that's many years of hard work. And, you know, the ladder was not straight up, you know, and I had my peaks and valleys, but I seemed like I prevailed over the years. So the show was representing me as the designer kind of guy, but I am a designer guy. I like fashion. I like for sports cars, you know. So, but it gave me the chance when I was with John to tell her, look, I said, don't judge me by the clothes I wear or the car I drive or the restaurant I eat. Judge me by who I am as a person, where I come from, and then you understand. Like I said, you know, when you look at the book and the cover, you know, you get the cover looks great, but you got to read the story to understand the person. And I think that's what I wanted to project that to her. I said, look, see, this is where I come from, and this is where I am now. But I'm not here now because of a wealth or a trust fund. I'm here now because I've worked hard over the years, and I was able to send that message across, and I think that made me feel much more comfortable. And but I think the producer doesn't have much to do during that conversation. They pretty much let you have the flow, and they want you to open up a little bit about who you are as a person, but it's up to them. It's up to them to, you know, cut and piece and whatever they want to do.
That point you made, Pascal, about you have a housekeeper on the show, it's looked like this was really happening, paid one of the other bachelors to do your laundry. Is that true, or is that just for fun?
You know, I mean, I haven't done laundry in about 35 years, okay, and I haven't cleaned and cooked in as long as that. So I'm really not a domesticated kind of guy, you know. As you know, I'm in the service business, so all day long I cater to my client. I make sure I give them the best customer service. So when I'm done with work, I want to be taken care of. I want somebody to wait on me. I want good service. I want good food, and I'm not capable. My lifestyle is not going to the grocery and pick up my tomato, my carrot, and my chicken, and come home and cook that stuff. This is not me. And so when I came up into the mansion, to be quite honest with you, when they were talking about the mansion, I thought the mansion was coming up with a butler, was coming up with a cook, a housekeeper, and all of a sudden I'm thrown with stranger in a room, and I said, whoa, I got kind of anxiety. I need my Xanax, you know. It was like, whoa, what's happening in here? I am lucky that I had a room with 4 people, because I wouldn't survive with 9 people in a room. You know, I mean, I haven't, you know, it's just, so it was a very, how you call it, I had a lot of anxiety when I moved into the house, when I found out that, but I never showed my fear because that wasn't something I wanted them to see. But yeah, I asked Garry, my roommate, I said, look, I said, could you help me to do laundry? And Garry said, yeah, I'll do that. And I look at Mark, I said, do you mind helping me to to make something to eat, you know. I mean, I've ate a lot of salad, you know, salad and chicken. That's basically what I ate because I'm a kind of picky eater. So it's like it was an interesting experience, Gary.
So you have to make your own food. They don't have caterers.
No, I mean, once in a while they cut off sandwiches, but you know, I mean, this is not the type of food I eat. So yeah, you got to make your own food. You got to make breakfast. You got to make your lunch. You got to make your dinner. You got to make your laundry. You got to make your bed. You got to, you know, it's an interesting concept.
So you were in this house that you can't point out on a map with a gun to your head for 4 weeks. What is happening in those 4 weeks? Are you taping all the time? Is there downtime? You can't leave the house, I assume, the premises.
Yeah. So I think Gary, what the thing I find the most fascinating, okay, is, you know, we're living in a society like you and I are on a FaceTime right now, and then we are tied up to our phone with our social media, our email. I go home and I put the news on the stock market. I read the paper. You know, I watch a movie. When you go into the mansion, all those things are removed from you. You don't have your cell phone, so there is no way you could communicate with anyone. You can look at what's going on in your social media. You can check your email. There is no news about what's going on in the stock market or what's going on in the world crisis. There is no TV. There is no newspaper. So the only thing you got to do is remind me when I grow up, where, you know, you communicate, you get to know you get to know me. And then when you feel confident, you start opening up a little bit, and you start opening up about your feeling, about your fear, about your happiness, about what your life has been. And I think, to me, the most incredible experience, Gary, was to be able to be with 24 guys of my age, okay, full of life, who have all of us have a different experience. And we're able to open up with each other about our divorce, about the loss of our loved one, our children experience and challenges, our business success and failures. I think, to me, that was the most incredible thing happening to the mansion. And it was such a camaraderie among us. And we weren't fighting for John. Okay, I mean, obviously, we wanted to get to know John. We wanted to really have a certain feeling and emotion and get to know her and eventually have a relationship with John. But what we get out of that is we get some wonderful friend who know you in a deeper level. And I think, to me, that was the most incredible experience of the Golden Bachelor. Yeah.
Yeah, that really came through the screen, that you guys really got along, where the younger versions of that show, it's a lot of backstabbing to get to that person, but this was refreshing to see. And let me ask you this, Pascal, the show is taped for a month with you because you kept making it up the ladder, and then the show is done months before it airs. You go back to work at your hair salon in Glencoe, Illinois. Now the show starts airing, and what is that moment like where you're on national television and people know you or know where you are? What happens? How does that feel?
You know, Gary, you've been to my salon, and we have a very, very successful organization. It's a well-oiled machine. We see an average of about 60,000 customers a year between all my staff. We have a huge staff now. We grow the salon to the level where it's a monster. So we already had a network of clients who was aware of the show, and they were very proud of us. They're very proud of me. I think they said that I represent myself very well, that I'm a class act, and you know, I'm funny. And it was how you call it's an ego booth. You know, it's a little fame when you go out and people say, "Oh, you're the Bachelor. Oh my God, I love you in the show." You know, I had my 15 minutes of fame. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed. Even yesterday, I went to Casco to pick up something, and women said, "Oh my God, you're the Bachelor. I love you. I love you. So great. You were my favorite." So to me, it's very it's rewarding. It's exciting, you know. But you know, that's the question of the success of the show and the number of customers who are using our salon make it even bigger for me, because you know, it's I have a huge network of clients who really enjoy the show and give me a lot of compliment. And of course, you get the social media where, I went from 125 followers when I opened my Instagram about a couple of years ago, showing my picture because that's my hobby. I take pictures, and to 25,000. And I have a tremendous amount of people who send me, oh, we love to take you out, this and that. And, and I mean, it's very interesting. It's quite of an experience, and I am so grateful to have done it.
That's, as they say in Paris, you're a catch. So I can imagine a lot of women after the show starts airing, and then you don't pick Joan. They're like, I'm the woman for Pascal, and you must be getting inundated with women's lust.
Oh, I'm getting letters, I'm getting flowers, I'm getting emails. I mean, I can't even manage all those. I let my social media director to take care of all that because, I want to be respectful for everyone who's, I appreciate their support and I'm grateful of them. I appreciate the time I was in TV, but, I know I'm still single. I'm extremely picky who I go out with, and I just don't want to make the mistake I've made in the past. And I'm just having a good time right now. I'm taking a break from dating because I went from a relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. I never really, since I get divorced, I never really have the time I had now for myself and find out what I'm looking for and who I am as a person. So I think that going on the show, since the show started, I haven't dated anyone. And, I haven't dated anyone when I was qualified. When I break up with my ex in January of this year. So from January to, I think, May, I went on a lot of dates, but, they didn't last that long, 1-2 dates, and nothing really happened. And then when I went into the show, I was gone for about 6 weeks. And when I come back, I decided that, I just want to take a break. So I'm now, I had we were texting the Bachelor today, and a lot of them are in a relationship, which I love. Mark is very happy. Who's going to come up to see me in Chicago in January. Jonathan found the love of his life. I'm very happy, and I think a lot of them had an opportunity to meet someone. I'm not there yet. I've been on date, but no one really catch my attention.
A lot of people thought that had you gone the distance, Joan would have picked you. You seemed like the guy that she wanted, and it didn't happen, but that was what everybody was thinking.
I think this is an interesting question you're asking me, because I believe that she would have picked me. She told me that she really had a strong feeling for me. And the thing who really break the deal for me was the two things. First was the ceremony, which I felt like that was not the things I wanted to do. But the second thing who really make me walk away from the show and from her is when I was at the dining room table with her and I asked her a very simple question. I said, Joan, there was 24 guys. Why me? Why did you choose me? Why me? I was expecting her to say, I like your personality. People around the house really like you. You're funny. You're self-made. You're attractive. You seem like you're enjoying life. But instead of that, she said, I don't want to say, but you remind me my dead husband. You like John. You love them. John was this and John was that. I don't want to hear about John. I wanted to hear about me. And I think that's what made me realize that she's not over her husband, and I know that during the time, John was there all the time, and now as I watched the show, because remember, I leave the show, but I didn't watch the show. So when I watched the show and watched episode after episode, John was always there. And to me, if I was going into The Bachelor and said that I'm the Golden Bachelor, I wouldn't talk about my ex-wife. I would talk about her, about us, our future. And I felt like when she answered that to me, I said, I'm done. I got to go.
Is there a chance, Pascal, you'll be the next Golden Bachelor?
I don't know.
Have they approached you on that? Are you interested in that?
mean, I'm not close-minded on it. I think if I'm not in a relationship, which I want to be in a relationship, Garry, okay? I mean, I definitely would love being in a relationship. I love to have a partner. So right now, I have nobody. If I have nobody, I may consider again, I want to know what time is involved and what is the responsibility, what is the commitment. I mean, I still have a business. The business doesn't need me anymore because I have a fantastic team behind me who could obviously were able to support it during the whole time. But again, I want to know what is involved to it. And again, if I'm involved into a relationship, absolutely not. But if I'm not, and opportunity come up, I don't know.
You don't get paid for being on the show. They pay all your expenses and all those travel things you do. But is there a payment involved for being on this show?
I have no idea. I mean, I know then as one of the Bachelor, they pay for your airline ticket, which to fly, which I upgrade them to first class. I travel first class, and my wardrobe was my wardrobe. They pay for the food, they pay for the, they pay for everything basically.
But that's it.
Huh?
But that's it. There's this is your appearance fee. No.
Yeah, no. There is no money. There is no money exchange. There is nothing like that. But and I could see that some of them most have been through some difficult time because they had to take work for 6 weeks, and I'm sure they hadn't get paid. I'm sure some of them went and spent money on a wardrobe because we had to dress up every night. But no, you don't get paid for that.
And do you think Joan will marry the guy she eventually picked here? His name is what? Chalk.
Chuck, yeah. I mean, Chuck is a nice guy. I've met I think an inappropriate comment about him being a stalker, and I apologize on social media. That was, sometimes the language barrier sometimes make me say word, and sometimes I'm a little bit in filters, which I have. That's something I need to work on. But Chuck was very aggressive, and he wanted to be with Joan, and I think he fell in love with her. I mean, I wish them the very best, and I rectify my comment in social media. I circled my social media director said that I haven't met a direct apology to him, which I circled that, and then I sent it to him and personally on his cell phone. I said, Chuck, if you have the time, I would love to talk to you to clear up the hair, and he hasn't. But I know I did my part, and that's okay.
All right. Well, Pascal, I wish you nothing but happiness. I've always enjoyed being your friend, and you do a great job on hair. I'll tell you that. My wife, to this day, the best haircuts I ever had were from you. And then I'm, like I said, doing the clip on now. But anyway, Pascal, Merry Christmas, brother.
Thank you, Garry. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
And Pascal's salon, not that he needs any more customers when you have 60,000. Pascal Pour L in Glencoe, Illinois. Thank you, Pascal. Leslie, one of the things he said that I hear from you all the time is, I'm so used to flying on private jets.
And once you fly private, having to be out among the great unwashed is just...
It's tough.
So difficult.
Now here's the bit.
And Garry, I'm sorry, but I have to get to the airport because I'm going to Bali for the holidays.
Okay. All right, so here's the bit.
If we could just
I just want to know how expensive those haircuts were. That's what I said to Garry immediately after we were done.
But they weren't. I mean, I went a number of years ago, and they were as competitive as everybody else. Now, maybe they've gone up. I haven't had a chance to go back to him because he moved his salon, and I moved, and But here's the bit. Let's take this away. This man was pretty much poor in Paris. I mean, he did not come from a lot of money. He came to this country and built this business and has what he has. That's what this country is about. It offers you that opportunity.
And he does. He seems very down to earth, even with his lifestyle. But that's his lifestyle. That's why you work that hard and reach that level. But oh Lordy.
He's a great guy. I mean,
what a character. And
living the American
I think
dream.
What resonated with the audience too was he there was something so different about him. And let's face it, that accent doesn't suck either.
No, no, he's quite a character. And
Getty. I'm going to start calling you Getty.
Getty. Hey, Getty, how are you? All right. Are we ready to give away stuff? You want to hit that
I think
button,
we are.
Alan? Let's do it.
Sure, and I'll wish my parents a happy 60th anniversary. Talking about couples together.
You still have to buy him a card or something, Alan. This doesn't
really
just take care of that.
And that's going to set you back about $6 these days. Wow. Well, so what's the cost of a haircut? You know, and I got to say too, a haircut is one of those things that people notice right away. And a bad cut can change the way you are perceived. And I thought I could get away with getting a really cheap cut. And it was all cockeyed and
it's
wonky.
a cheap cut. Yeah.
And that's it. So
you get what you pay for.
Pay him the big bucks.
There you go.
I like the clip on, though. It looks good on you.
Thank you. Here we go. Hashtag golden. Who's going to win? All that stuff.
T-shirts and condoms.
Oh
my.
Gilbert from Gilbert. No, Chris from Gilbert, AZ. Gilbert, Arizona used to be my radio name. That's why I got confused. Chris, what should Chris do, Alan?
Chris, send your mailing address to Garry Meier Show at GarryMeier.com or text it to 773-888-2157. Regular charges apply. And Leslie will go down to that post office at this really busy time of year, wait a really long time, hand it over to the 1 or 2 clerks who are working, and you'll get it eventually.
To my gal Lolita at the Westmont post office. She and her cohorts were moving the folks through like crazy. And one woman came with this giant box of individual mailers, and they were like, you get 10, and then you have to get in line and give other people a chance, and then you can do 10 more. And I thought that seemed really fair.
Kudos to Lolita.
Lolita.
All right, here it is. The drink is done.
When she took my passport photo, we were talking about our dead husbands, and I was kind of weepy, and we hugged, and then my hair and my makeup weren't quite what I was hoping for. But as my daughter pointed out, now you're going to look the way you look when you go to the airport. I don't fly in private jets. I look like this.
Okay, and when I hook you up with Pascal, don't talk about the dead husband.
Don't. No, he doesn't want to hear about it.
No. All right. Okay, that's it. Let's go for the lengthening daylight. On Monday's program, we're going to talk about Luigi, because this thing is becoming bizarro. I mean, really, and everything else.
Once again, didn't we say we weren't going to name these people? Like,
this is a whole different thing that I don't think anybody's ever witnessed before.
No.
Here we go with the cannoli down the aisle. It's complimentary and delicious. Please take it. Look at it. It's beautiful. How do we do the lengthening daylight with the schnauzer this weekend, Leslie?
We said it before. We'll say it again. Here at the holidays, go ahead and flock your schnauzer, because
do it.
It looks so festive.
Yeah, flock the bejesus out of it. And it's Bejesus' birthday on Wednesday.
You
Merry
got
Christmas.
Bejesus belt that you.
We'll talk to. I got a bit. Okay, now that you mention it, here it is. Doggy boy, listener Matt, for my birthday, he had a Bejesus belt made for me. To the Bejesus belt. There it is. Thank you, Matt. 3 in the green, gear is down, red and green, Christmas. The gear is down, flaps are down. The voice of the globe, America's podcast. We've landed.
And that's all the news and nonsense for this week, GarrForce. Thank you for streaming.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce.
Please be sure to like and share the show on all of your social networks.
More eyeballs.
If you're not already a subscriber, show your support by subscribing to GarrForce Live YouTube channel. For those watching a replay, that button is right here. All the rest of our episodes, right here.
Boom.
Hello?
Shakalaka.
Did you click something?